Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Hey, Tyler with Summit Contracting here. Let's talk about building on your farm. One of the great things about working with Summit Contracting is that we are the farm builders. We build premium grain systems and any structure that goes on your farm. It's never too early to start a project. We'll create a layout to ensure your structures are perfectly placed for today and the future. Let's get started on your farm project at buildsummit.com.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
FX is brought to you by Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Dairy Queen, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City, Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Shufflebine Agency. Governor Wrestling is brought to you by Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds & Associates Insurance and Real Estate, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Firm, American Bank and Trust, Pierre Regional Airport, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, Access Health Fort Pierre, the Corner Station, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And Governor Wrestling is brought to you in part by Oahe Federal Credit Union, TMA, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Wagner Auto, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, the Lariat Lanes, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Birding Electric, Bauman Lumber, and Venture Communications. These special in-game sponsors bring you Governor Wrestling. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, Agtegra, CHS River Plains, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto.
Now, here, Governor Wrestling.
Hey, thank you very much as we welcome you and a good Friday evening, everybody. A night of high school wrestling coming your way from Harrisburg, South Dakota, and something we're not sure if it's ever been done in South Dakota yet, but a girls-only duel is being broadcast here on the air tonight. Maybe we're making some history. Doesn't really matter. The point is we've got a good battle here coming up between the Pierre Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers. Now, the boys between these two teams battled each other back in December at Riggs High Gym. The Governors won that duel 52-15. Governor girls are here as well, and Harrisburg putting a good deep team together, starting to get some numbers in their roster, and we thought it'd be a pretty good opportunity to give girls wrestling their just due and put a girls-only duel on the air. River 92.7, your official voice to the Governors. I'm Brian Oakland. We'll be joined by an old friend by the name of Chance Stoser helping us out here tonight, along with Caleb Brozick, who's running camera for Live Ticket and video that'll be available on the River 92.7 page of drgnews.com. We'll also have that on gogovs.live and Live Ticket.tv, along with Colby Carey running the show in studio. We're glad to have you. we will be talking about a number of things in our pregame show coming up. Pregame brought to you by Bank West. After an opening 3-minute break, we'll take a look at what both of these teams have had going on. Neither of these teams has competed for the last few weeks since before the Christmas holiday break, so we'll take a look back and look ahead at where they're headed here into 2024, of course, with the Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers. And we'll have a conversation with head coach Matt Thorson of the Governors coming up as well, with keys to success, starting lineups and face-offs, all that and more. Coming up in our first ever girls-only wrestling duel in your home for Pierre Governor Wrestling. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC. Registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Welcome back to Harrisburg as girls wrestling takes center stage here tonight on River 92.7. Brian Oakland with you, and we remind all folks as you travel to high school sports or wherever you go that the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, as they celebrate being a part of a team, they remind us all as well. Buckle up every trip, every time from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Our broadcast originating from the Hughes County Jail broadcast booth, and the broadcast booth from the Hughes County Jail, thanks to the men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and jail officials for being first responders and county officials as well. We thank them for all they do and for giving us the spot to sit. You'll see the vantage point from our camera view at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page from the Hughes County Jail broadcast booth. along with Chance Stoser coming up. We'll get him geared up, and we'll start talking some girls wrestling. I mentioned the Pierre Governors. They haven't wrestled since an Ashley, North Dakota border brawl back on Saturday, December 16th. They got second in that tournament to Bismarck, and of course, they've already seen Bismarck up in Mandan once, and they saw some Bismarck wrestlers out at the Rapid City Invitational as well. So Bismarck scoring 218 points to the Governors, 202.5 in that event. Governors did get 4 champions in that event, in Shaylee Speck, Kesri Benning, Ireland Templeton, and Abigail Lewis. One notable exception to that was Sydney Urig, who was out with a finger injury at the time, did not compete, and that might have been a big difference in that had the Governors had her at 170 pounds. And Gemma Stanglin also won a 106-pound B bracket in that tournament. So the Govs were wrestling quite well. Harrisburg, in the meantime, took a group of young ladies down to Winnebago, Nebraska over the holidays. And in between Christmas and New Year's, they took 5th in a 37-team event. And Harrisburg, as you look at this team, is going to have some standout wrestlers in spots, but some up-and-coming and still somewhat inexperienced wrestlers compared to the Governors. But we'll talk about those as we go along as well. Our conversation with head coach Matt Thorson is coming up, and keys to success on the way after another 3-minute timeout from the Hughes County Jail broadcast booth at Harrisburg High School. This is Pierre Girls Wrestling on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
What makes our business successful? Our people. Beck Motor Company in Pierre takes great pride in our team, and we are looking to add to it. We currently have an opening for a full-time parts consultant. This individual works closely with our service department and collision center customers, as well as walk-in customers, getting them the parts and accessories they need. Experience a plus, but we'll train the right individual. Many benefits, including health insurance. Contact Steve Meyer at 224-5912.
Making a great deal better.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
ADQ fans, crunch into a $6.99 chicken strip basket. It's got crispy all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, mouth-watering Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce like our homemade Hidden Valley Ranch. Is there a more perfect basket? I'm going to go buy a chicken strip basket as soon as I finish with this ad read. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
You know Dasher and Dance.
Hello, here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system, will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
All right, let's talk keys to success with Matt Thorson, the head coach of the Governor girls wrestling squad. Here is finally back at it, Coach. Off of the holidays, you went to Ashley, North Dakota, the week before Christmas. Fared pretty well, but once again, you matched up with Bismarck and see some of the quality that they've got up there. Looked like 4 champions for you guys, and still showing your worth. But now it's time to get serious here after the new year.
Yeah, that Ashley tournament, we saw a lot of those Bismarck schools, a lot of those North Dakota schools, which is nice to see early in the season. You know, good to see different competition and different styles of wrestling, and the girls competed extremely well. You know, we were down a couple for injuries and sicknesses that we're kind of still nursing and coming back from, but now that January hits and we get rolling right away, and it's kind of the meat of the season, so it's ready to compete.
Talk about some of those injuries. What are we looking at for, who's down with what, and how long is it going to take before you have a full roster again?
You know, Lexi Hilmer, she's been out since before Christmas, and our 65-pounder Cayenne, Traversy Johnson, got dinged up a little bit, none of which are very serious or things like that. So we're just making sure we're taking it safe and we're being, handling this the right way. So they'll all be back within the next week or two, and right in time for a lot of these in-state competitions. So it's important to get those head-to-heads before state seeding and things like that come out. So we're looking to be healthy in the next couple weeks.
And I know Sydney Urig had a finger issue, and she's back tonight, right?
Yeah. She was out at Ashley as well. More just precautionary things with fingers and things like that. But she's ready to roll, and she's back on the mat tonight.
All right. You're taking on the Harrisburg Tigers, and a team that kind of like you has been able to put a good, mostly full roster together. It's going to be really kind of a unique experience. It's girls only. So, talk about how interesting, how unique this event is going to be.
Yeah, it's an awesome opportunity to have just a true girls duel. You don't see a lot of those around the state, so being able to, bring people in just to watch the girls. I mean, that's all it's wrestling, and have about 9 matches tonight. So it's a good showcase for them, and it's cool for these girls to get that experience.
Harrisburg, as we talk about, what do they bring into the table, and where are they at in relation to where your program is?
Like you said, like the last couple of years, they've been able to put a good team together, and they've got great individuals, and they've been right up there with us. As far as tournaments and duels, they compete well at a lot of the weight classes, and that's why it's fun to come up here and compete with them.
And you've come here for quadrangulars and other girls tournaments in the last couple of years, so it's kind of a hotbed for girls wrestling from around the region too.
Yeah, we're coming here 4 times this year, 2 tournaments, an ESD, and then this duel here. So we get pretty familiar with this gym.
And later on, you'll see teams like Canton, and you've had battles with, I think, Spencer, Iowa has had some pretty good teams here before too. So still just another good example of where girls wrestling is heading.
Yeah. I mean, they're out to do the same thing we are, and that's just to keep getting better, keep getting girls good matches and good experiences, and go find good competition to make us better.
All right, for the matches you'll see tonight, what are you looking at as real tough matches? Are you really keep track of points and records and things like that?
Kind of. A little bit. Obviously, you want to go out there and win the matches, and the duels the dual scores, yes, you keep track of them, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the ESD tournament at the end of the year based on who's the ESD champ. So, we keep track of the scores that we do wrestle, but we don't take the forfeits or things like that, so it can be kind of deceiving. Dual scores everything the same way, records count,
Okay, big challenges you'll see then. Keys to success tonight.
Just go out there and, get a good warm-up. All starts with that, and just be ready to go, because if it's, an emptier gym or whatever it is, there's one mat out there. So it's a little bit of a different feel for these girls, and just being mentally ready to go when they walk on the mat, and then just competing.
All right, a little bit of a different atmosphere, but it's in the bounds of the circle, it's all the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thanks.
That's Matt Thorson, the head coach of the Pierre Governor girls wrestling squad, as his coach's comments and keys to success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. And before we cut away to hear from them, We were talking with former Pierre Governor head coach, former Pierre Governor wrestler, now head coach of the Harrisburg Tigers, Chase Leto, about his team's keys to success. Something happened with our interview. We actually kind of messed that up on my cell phone, so unable to bring that back to you. But we've got a guy that knows a little bit about Harrisburg girls wrestling. That's Chance Stoser, former Stanley County Buffalo State champion, that's going to help us out here with our broadcast tonight. Chance, for the Harrisburg Tigers, we look at the uniqueness of this girls duel, girls only, and the ability of both teams to start putting together full lineups and filling all of the weight classes. Both teams have some girls banged up. We are going to have some open weight classes, but from a keys to success standpoint, where is Harrisburg right now? And then where are they headed? Obviously, you've got some really good things going on here in this part of the state.
Yeah, it just keeps growing here in Harrisburg, which is nice to see. I mean, I think last year we had 9 women out, and this year we're up to 17, so it's a good start. Got a really young crew. We should see a little bit banged up, kind of like Pierre is right now, but, it's got some people out. But tonight's a good night for some of these first-year girls to kind of show what they can do, put into play what they've had in the practice room, and kind of get ready for this last half of the season.
Coach Leto mentioned there is, there's some inexperience. You talk about the numbers starting to increase, and you're maybe throwing some girls out onto the mat that maybe aren't ready to face people who have been doing this for a handful of years now. But one thing that I remember talking with people about 2 and 3 years ago when this was just starting out is how quickly the girls were catching on, but they still were doing it with more fundamental moves, some of the basics. Are you still seeing that in just fundamentals first, and then girls kind of opening up and their repertoire and learning new moves?
Yeah, the universal truth with wrestling is the basics never get old.
Yeah,
you got to have them. It's kind of funny the other day because I was looking at my daughter's had something pop up on Facebook for wrestling 3 years ago. And by the time we got done, by the time I showed her, she's like, I don't want to see that. And just the point is how far these girls can come within 3 years. I mean, you can go from barely even being able to do a penetration step 3 years ago to being right at the top of the podium with a little bit of work and really buying into the sport. So the girls learn super quick. When you go to the state tournament this year, you're going to see these ladies are wrestlers. They're there. They're serious about the sport. They love the sport, and they do a lot to improve themselves. And that's where it starts tonight in regards to some of these first-time ladies. Their first home duel ever. It's just go out there and see what you got.
Yeah, see what you got. And other keys to success, especially for those that might be facing more experienced wrestlers. What is it that as they get into, now they're looking at mostly their 8th or their 10th match of the season by now with the tournaments that you guys have had. But, further keys to success, what would you say more specifically?
I mean, just anything. You got to have a plan when you go out there. You got to trust your system, trust what the coaches have been teaching in the room. Just go out there and implement. You have a style, stick to it. Get your hand fighting going, move their head, which will allow you to get your feet moving and get your shots. And then from there, get on top, forward pressure, see if you can put them on their back and get it over with.
All right. See how that goes for the Tigers as well as for the Pierre Governors. Keys to Success brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll hear from them and we'll give you the lineups when we come back. Our Envirotech starting lineups coming up. Governor Wrestling with the Harrisburg Tigers is on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial Member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
We're back in Harrisburg as we'll continue. We'll take a look at the starting lineups in this one. Starting lineups are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. And, we'll give you both lineups and what we know. Now, some of these weight classes will remain open. Some of the names we'll give you that will not be wrestling tonight, for example, at 100 pounds, Shaylee Speck, who's been wrestling very well for the Pierre Governors, 13-4 on the season, will not have an opponent. Harrisburg does not have a 100-pound wrestler on their roster. At 107 pounds, there are 2 matches expected. One of them would be an exhibition match. That would be 8th grader Gemma Stangland of the Pierre Governors taking on presumably sophomore Benazir Wilson, and we will see that one. And then the featured matchup at 107 would have Sydney Urig back in action after sustaining not only a dislocated finger but a broken finger. She's got that pretty well taped up. And Sydney will bring a 17-1 mark against Susu Camara, a senior for the Harrisburg Tigers. At 114 pounds, London Ellen Hunsacker, a sophomore at 8-10 for Pierre, taking on Hadley Bryant, 10-1, a strong 7th grader for the Harrisburg Tigers. Hadley is the daughter of Governor 3-time state champion Toby Bryant, and we'll see Hadley on the mat tonight. At 120 pounds, Danny Ringstmeyer, 15-2 on the season, is a junior. She would take on Crystal Westall, one of those inexperienced wrestlers for the Harrisburg Tigers. Then at 126 pounds, Lexi Hilmer will not have a match tonight. She is actually injured, but the Governors get a break here as Regina Stoser will not wrestle. Reggie, daughter of Chance, who is with us here tonight, is at Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center, in fact, and wishing her great things as she continues her promising standout career. And Reggie, just a sophomore for the Tigers, already a 3-time state champion. Kesri Benning is 15-3 for the Governors at 132 pounds. The sophomore will take on either Tegan Bowers or Brooks Spronk, a couple of 7th graders who would line up at 132 for the Tigers. At 138, Jada Steinke expected to get a match, maybe against either Spronk or Browers as well. Steinke coming along at 6-4. She's a sophomore. Then at 145 pounds, Ireland Templeton, a 13-1 junior and one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state for Pierre, will take on Sammy Rail, a junior for Harrisburg at 4-6. Abby Lewis, the top-ranked wrestler in the state, at 152, goes for the Governors, a perfect 15-0 mark on the season. Expected to take on Brianna Kelly, a junior for the Tigers, at 165 pounds. For Harrisburg, Rhiannon Heimdahl, a sophomore and a returning place winner. She's 11-3 on the season, out to a great start. Would be lined up against Cayenne Traversy Johnson, the junior for the Governors, but as Coach Matt Thorson mentioned, Cayenne will not wrestle tonight, still coming back off of some injuries that she has sustained here in the past couple of weeks. At 185, the Governors would have Emily Larson for a senior at 8-4, but Harrisburg is open at 185. We will have a 250-pound weight class match. Heavenly Thompson for the Governors, the senior 9-8, would go against Alexandra Thurston, a sophomore for Harrisburg, who is 2-4 on the season. Those are the face-offs and the starting lineups, brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. The Governors are coached by Matt Thorson, assisted by Kyle Seringer and Chad Urig. The Tigers are coached by, again, former Pierre Governor Chase Leto and also former Pierre Governor Caleb Stoltenberg with the help of Lance Smith. Starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Our mat official is coming up next. I actually have to look that up, unfortunately, but our mat official is the Law on the Mat, and sponsored by the folks at the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we're back with more Pierre Governor Wrestling.
Hey, new guy. Shovel, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not exactly new. I've seen some action.
Yeah, what's your story?
Hey, my last gig, I nearly got electrocuted, almost drowned. That guy never called 811 to see if it was safe to dig.
Our guy calls every time he digs.
It's quick and easy. Any tool can do it. Calling 811 gets your underground utility lines marked for free.
Hey, safe digging is no accident. Always call 811 before you dig.
This message brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve.
Every day, you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905. And put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KTFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Back in Harrisburg as we continue our Bank West pregame show. The starting lineup including the law on the mat tonight, and Jeremy Eimers is the mat official who will be conducting our varsity matches. Thanks to all high school sports officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job, and that is officiating high school sports. And once again, Jeremy Eimers is the law on the mat here tonight. Face-offs going on here in Harrisburg. And again, not sure if this has ever been done before, but a radio broadcast for a girls-only wrestling duel. And we'll take one final 2-minute break, and we are back with the opening match of the night, brought to you by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services in Pierre. This is Governor Wrestling.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Welcome to Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Check out their selection in the meat, produce, and deli departments and hardware, and all throughout the store. They have the freshest and best quality in the area. If you don't see what you need, just ask. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. For any gathering, large or small, Dakota Mart is there for you. Special orders and requests also. Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Thrifty, local, and convenient.
Welcome back to Harrisburg, continuing and concluding our starting lineups here for tonight. On the mat, Brian Oakland along with Chance Stoser tonight. Again, Caleb Brozick for Live Ticket will run our video, and you can see these matches as well as hear them through GoGovs.live, LiveTicket.tv, and also our River 92.7 page of DRGnews.com. Face-offs might include an exhibition match or two. We are expecting about 9 matches here, and we'll probably have to do a little listening at times for who is actually going to be coming up. Opening match of the night brought to you by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services in Pierre. The first of 2 107-pound matches brings Gemma Stangland of the Pierre Governors against Harrisburg's Benazir Wilson. And Stangland goes right at Wilson, comes in with that double leg and gets a takedown for a 2-0 start.
Yeah, we're just right now, she's on top. We want to put the pressure forward on their hands, work on trying to get to the half. If you're on bottom, you obviously want to go the opposite. You want to get your weight back, get your feet, and try and get an escape, get back in square position again.
Stangland just starting out, younger sister of Gianna Maria, who graduated last year as a senior runner-up in the state tournament for the Pierre Governors. Gemma's just getting started as well. But Benazir, one of the younger wrestlers here, and a good rollover, and Wilson is on her back. Stangland with a good move and a win by fall right there in 54 seconds. So a good start there for the Governors. We are not going to keep team totals too much. We'll watch what goes on on the board and keep track of the team totals here. A good start for the Govs.
So this match here coming up, we have Sydney Urig and Susu Kamara. Both of these ladies should be right there when it comes down to it at the state tournament. Sid, obviously, she's had a really good year. Got to see her a lot here this summer. She'd come over to the basement and work out with Regina as they tried to get ready for the juniors at Fargo, so it was pretty entertaining.
And Susu's been she's been in this Harrisburg wrestling room for a few years now too. As girls wrestling got started, she hasn't had the success of a Sydney Urig, but she has. I think even though she's had her ups and downs, even this year, she fights off a pretty good shot by Urig, and Kamara knows what she's doing out there.
She's come a long ways in the last 3 years. It's been really fun to watch her. She's got a really, really very good double. It's just a matter of getting to her shot, working to her ties, get to the shot. Both these ladies really enjoy the double, and it should be a good match.
Kamara had her headgear come loose, and she just whipped it right off, and
ain't got time for it.
Was about ready to play without it, kind of like a football player without their helmet. But that is, well, in football, that's against the rules nowadays, too. So Jeremy Eimer stops the match, and she'll re-gear. And we're back at it. I guess you could call that a timeout, an equipment.
There's that nice double leg shot. Good defense.
Timeouts in our broadcast will be brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling, by the way. A Friday night. Good night for a Coke here. Ryan Oakland and Chance Stoser. One of many, seemingly many, Pierre and Fort Pierre influences here in Harrisburg in this wrestling program. Minute gone by, a minute to go. First period, no score yet. We're at 107 pounds. And this will be the first scoring match of this duel.
Yeah, Susu's done a really good job of just kind of keeping Sydney off kilter a little bit. Both of them need to get to their hand fight, move the head a little bit, get to their shot, and bring some action to it right now.
You know, the interesting thing here is Coach Thorson talked about how many times Pierre is coming to Harrisburg this year. This is one of 4 trips to the, because this is where some of the tournaments are that Governor wrestlers are going to need. Harrisburg's putting some good things together, but Sydney and Susu, I think, over the years have met each other quite a bit.
They know each other.
There are no secrets here.
Nope. So there's a great double leg right there. That's that double I'm talking about. It's just, can she fight it off? And Susu needs to do a good job of just keeping her position, moving her feet.
Well, she had Sydney up in the air, and it looked like she was
elevated.
Yeah, should have had the leverage to be able to put her on the mat, but somehow Sydney fought that off, and we've got a scoreless. Well, they were out of bounds with 0.6 of a second left here in the first period.
It looks like Jeremy Eimers must have had the night off. I think they got the legendary Bob Hirsch out there. Yep.
Okay, yeah, he was in the list that I was looking at as well, but he was listed to do the JV matches. So
yeah.
Oh, they did start the second period.
They're both on their feet in the second period. Great shot by Sydney. This is where you got to finish. Good hips by Susu.
And Sydney Urig will strike first, and she's going right into a cradle
right
here.
Into that pure cradle. That's probably the one position where Susu needs to fight them hands, but she did a really good job.
2 back points, so a 2-point takedown, +2 for Urig, who leads 4-0. 30 seconds into the second period, and the choice, whichever wrestler had it, chose to be neutral. So a good job by Urig to get going. And again, this is Sydney's first match since she suffered, well, not the first one since a finger injury. She suffered an injury the opening duel of the year at Brookings. She went to the Rapid City Invitational, competed, and did fairly well out there. There's a stalling warning. I'm assuming Pierre is the red is the visiting team, so that would have been on Urig. Now she'll try to cradle Kamara up, but they'll roll out of bounds and then back to the middle.
Yep, so right in this case, you have a person that loves to cradle. You got to have hand control, get out right away. You got to beat their first move, and on top, obviously Sid's going to be going to get to her bread and butter, which is her identity, getting them, being a tough rider and looking for points on top.
Kamara quickly on her feet.
That was good.
A good start there, and Urig will let her free. That's a 1-point escape and a 4-1 lead for Sydney Urig. 45 seconds to wrestle. We're in the second. I laugh, Chance, that you talked about the Pierre cradle, and I know that is kind of a bread and butter move for Pierre wrestlers, but maybe that is the identity, but You know, there are better moves, but when you talk
Yurig, you cradle.
when you talk about fundamentals that never go out of style, I suppose that's one of the fundamental moves that works for a lot of people.
It is always there. You can watch any level, and it's there. You can go all the way to the Worlds, and the cradle will show up.
10 seconds left now after being out of bounds. They're neutral here in the middle. Governors have the white-backed singlets. Spotlight down on the mat. Harrisburg in predominantly black singlets with the gold on the backs. And this is our second match of the night, but the first one that will score as far as this girls-only duel is concerned.
Yep, so Sydney chose up on this one, so obviously Susu knows she's got to get moving right away, just like she did that previous period, and
quickly right up
really
again.
Really good.
Sydney trying to hang on. We'll try to return her to the mat, but Sydney goes low and get down to the knees and the ankles, and Camara back down, but she'll try to back away, and now they'll go out of bounds.
Yep, get a fresh start. So
this is go ahead.
I was going to say, this is, for Susu, knowing what Sydney's done over the last couple years, this is this should be a good boost to her confidence.
Sure. Now, and for Yurig, you kind of wonder if what limitations she has. She has got her middle two fingers taped together. One of them is broken. That is on her right hand, which I believe is her dominant hand. But you wonder what in her mind what limitations she has is kind of giving herself. I don't know that. Obviously, doesn't want to do anything painful. So
yeah, no, it's going to be. It's probably going to be one of those frustrating things for the whole year. But at the end of the day, it's you got to go out there, find a way to win, and as everyone's going to have their bumps and bruises and joints out of line every once in a while, you just got to go out there and see what you can do to put up team points.
Camara did get another escape, so we've got a 4-2 match here. Yurig on top, and we're in the final minute of period 3. Here comes Camara with the shot down low, looking for that double leg again, but Yurig fights that off, and Sydney's trying to get leverage of her own, spins her around, and there's a 2-point takedown.
Yeah, that was really, really good shot defense right there. I mean, that Susu scores on most people right there.
6-2, Yurig has the lead in the driver's seat now, 30 seconds to wrestle here. She has been warned for stalling once, so she'll have to continue to do some work from up top. Try to come across, but Camara just staying rigid underneath now. Matt Tapper comes out. This one about to come to an end. It's 6-2, a decision. We're going to sneak in a 30-second break. We'll call this one Yurig with the victory, and we're back in 30 seconds. We'll go to 114 pounds, Hadley Bryant and London Allen Hunsacker when we return with more Pierre Governor Wrestling.
Zander Auto Parts, the only locally owned auto parts store in the Fort Pierre area, has been serving Central South Dakota for over 40 years. They're a trusted name when it comes to automotive parts and supplies. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to assisting you in finding exactly what you need. Convenience is also a top priority. They're located at 500 Sioux Avenue, Zander Auto Parts. They support area youth in their activities. When you need auto parts or supplies, shop Zander Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Back at 114 pounds here in Harrisburg, underway. Hadley Bryant, the 7th grader for Harrisburg, going right at London Allen Hunsacker. And Hadley Bryant has Allen Hunsacker on her back. We are 25 seconds into this one already. Chance Stoser, I want you to help us get acquainted with Hadley Bryant, daughter of Toby, because this young lady,
she's tough.
Obviously has got a promising future.
Yeah, I think she's ranked number 3 or something in the state right now. She's one of, all seriousness, she just goes out there and puts people away, and that's what she did here. She's got a lot of potential. She's someone that you definitely should be taking note of throughout the year, and she could raise some eyebrows come state tournament.
And now as a 7th grader, she finally gets the opportunity to compete at the varsity level. 41 seconds, that's a win by fall for Hadley Bryant. And again, the peer influence, I'm going to tease about this a lot, but the peer influence in the Harrisburg wrestling room with Toby, and of course brother Tyler, who is down in this area as well, here in Harrisburg. Both three-time state champions back in the 90s for the Pierre Governors. We move on, though, at 120 pounds. Danny Ringsmeyer having a great season, 15-2 for the junior, wrestling Crystal Westall.
Nope, I think we're at, I'm trying to see who this... Danny's the next match.
Okay.
And Crystal will be. This is Reagan and...
Oh, you've got a track wrestling effort there, don't you? Reagan Peacock and Gemma Stanglin.
Yep, that's who it is.
So maybe another match for Stanglin. Thank you to Caleb Brozick, who's got track wrestling up and going live. That's a savior. That's the greatest website in the world, by the way. If you know how to use it. I can never find the live feeds for duels, but we're a minute in, so this is I don't know if this is an exhibition match, but once again,
I would say it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just, with a newer sport, women being new to the to the game, it's awesome when you get them matches, and
that's the important thing. Is as Coach Matt Thorson mentioned, it's all about getting matches here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look ahead, at least for these two schools, the ESD tournament is where a lot of the bragging rights and the awards and setups for the state tournament eventually will be taking place.
Yep, 100%. And this is great for these young people. Reagan's second year, and she's improved a lot this year. Right now, she's working on a quick score, trying to get to the corner.
So Reagan
in the corner.
Yeah, Reagan Peacock spinning and spinning. Stanglin hanging on, though.
There you go, good pressure.
And now pushing forward is Peacock, who gets a takedown here. And that's late points for the first period, coming to an end here in the final seconds, and a 2-0 lead for Reagan Peacock.
And that's the one thing in the women's game, or if you take a bad shot, the hip power of these women is something that you just got to be aware of. And right there, Reagan did a good job of getting that corner, and then she never quit. She just kept going and going and going.
Peacock is an 8th grader. These two wrestlers essentially wrestling at 114 pounds. And I'm gonna throw something else in there too. It's a simple point, Chance, but as Reagan was coming in for that takedown, Stanglin's still just trying to hang on to that the back of the thigh of Peacock, and she knows what she's doing and trying to defend getting scored upon, even though she ran out of time in that one and could not hold her off, but. Still, even in a defensive mindset, these girls are really coming along. Here's Stanglin coming around from behind, and then it's a 2-point takedown for Gemma Stanglin. So
yeah, it's the wrestling's doing so good. I mean, they've come a long ways throughout the state. I mean, the down block quick scores. That wasn't even something you saw a lot 2 years ago.
Now the surge here by Stanglin, having a Peacock on her back. 5 seconds have already been counted, so 3 back points pending here. Stanglin after yielding a late takedown, and now Peacock.
Roll through. There you go. Good job.
She does roll through. I thought at first, in that first movement, it looked like she kind of put herself on her back, but
it was a desperate move, but that's the way she needed to go on that one.
So 5-2. It's Stanglin in the lead. 40 seconds to go. Here in an exhibition 114-pound match, but Stanglin's got Peacock turned over again, and this one will go to the Pierre wrestler in a time of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. So 3 matches for the Governors, 1 for Harrisburg. Let's take a 30-second break, and we're back for a 120-pound match. You're listening to Governor Wrestling.
Taking care of your vehicle since 1980, TMA and Pierre has been serving Central South Dakota for over 42 years. Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
120 pounds underway, and right away going at it is Danny Ringsmeyer for the Governors, taking on Crystal Westall. And
another one of them pure hammers right here.
Oh, there's a patent for that, too.
Oh, geez, I tell you, I didn't realize her uncle was Ray, and then after I heard that, I was like, well, that explains a lot. So, yeah, she's Danny's, ranked number 1 right now, or
1 or 2, I believe.
1 or 2 in the state. Probably the deepest, most competitive weight class by the time we get to the state tournament will be this 120-pound weight class.
And right now, Danny's a 15-2 mark, a junior. Now she had a takedown, but was penalized a point on.
Yeah, just grab the toes, I think, or something like that. It's illegal on that end. Has Crystal locked up in a cradle right now. It's pretty tight. That's a good job getting out of that.
Westall
Good fight.
rocked her way out of that, and so 3 back points for Rinksmeyer with a 5-1 lead, and now she's just got a good move here, and right there, 106, a win by fall for Danny Rinksmeyer.
Yeah, Danny's got a lot of potential. She's come a long ways. Another lady that found her way into my basement this summer with Regina, and I know they're really, really good friends. She had a fantastic Fargo tournament. Really gained a lot of confidence from that, Danny did.
132 pounds. We welcome Kesri Benning to the mat. Tegan Bowers, a 7th grader, another peer wrestler in Benning who is really starting to find her potential so far this season. I believe ranked 3rd. She's 15-3. You know, and you talk about Rinksmeyer, Chance. Rinksmeyer, Urig, Reggie Stoser, Peyton Hellman, who I know those two are very close. Peyton Hellman out of Bonham, Scotland, or Bonham, Avon. But I saw the picture on social media of the 4 of them from Fargo, and I think there's another thing too. And wrestling gives you a lot of friendships from people, from other areas, people that you see time and time again. But you compete against them, but you root for everybody at the same time, don't you?
The culture on the women's side in South Dakota is phenomenal. I know there's so many times where Regina will go and these girls will wrestle, and the next thing you know, they're all Instagram friends and they're all catching up. And the other thing that I've noticed with the women too is they wrestle through the year. They don't just wrestle to spring. So a lot of them are going year round and really enjoying it.
Benning's got a 2-point takedown here. We're into this one with 45 seconds to wrestle. First period. Benning again has just done a lot of great things, and this is a young lady who I believe placed 7th in the state tournament a year ago, but again, just starting to come into her own.
Yeah, Benning's a really good wrestler. I know Regina wrestled her quite a few times last year, and she's always a tough out. She always competes hard. She's wrestling against Teague, who's again another one of our 7th graders, and just making it into the lineup here, and she's got a bright future ahead of her too over the next few years.
Yeah, Tegan Bowers staying flat here, face down, trying to fight off the advance as Benning was trying to turn her over with the chicken wing, but it didn't happen. So 2 points for the takedown, and that's it for Benning through the first period. Red's choice to start the second period, and Red again is, well, and now it's Tegan Bowers looking to the bench to see what she wants to do. So I guess they are going Harrisburg red and Pierre green. Second period, sending Benning down, and it was Red's choice to stay on top. But Benning gets up on her feet and then just immediately slips out of the hold and reverses Bowers. That's a 2-point reversal for Kesri Benning and a 4-0 lead early second period. 7th grade class well represented in the Harrisburg wrestling room so far.
Yeah, they came out and there's another reversal.
Bowers gets a reversal.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
I looked at you to get a comment on that, and all of a sudden, Tegan Bowers made a great
good
move here.
That's a confidence builder. Those are the little victories. Even in a match where maybe you're outclassed a little bit, you can take that back to the room and say, "Hey, I can compete with these people."
Put a copy of the film on file on that one.
That's right.
Benning does get out of it though. It's a 1-point escape. Now a 5-2 lead for Kesri Benning, but again, 7th graders here on this list. It's good to start them young, and good things from that class. Obviously, with Hadley Bryant leading the way, but you'd like to see them starting young, and hopefully they don't get burned out or anything like that. They stick with it and stay with the sport all the way through.
Yep, and it's, the nice thing we have in Pierre, the nice thing we have in Harrisburg is, they have their own room now, and that makes a big difference. Oh, geez.
Oh, that's a good throw by Benning. That was a Bowers move with a single leg, but Benning took it and made it her own. And a win by fall for Kesri Benning, 3 minutes and 28 seconds. A good effort there, and the Governors have now won 5 out of 6 matches wrestled here tonight.
I'm wondering if my brother didn't get in the room and show him that move. The old high flyer elevator. That's pretty good.
The heater elevator?
Yeah, this is more Tyler.
Oh, okay. The big fella. All right. Well, let's go on. Once again, our Gales Gas Service scoreboard so far, 5 out of 6 matches for the Pierre Governors. We'll sneak in a halftime effort here also from Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial in the Capitol Creek Plaza in Pierre when we get an opportunity. Now to 138 pounds, this is Jada Steinke, who I don't believe really started for the Governors at the varsity level, but she's gotten 10 matches in and suddenly has a hold and has 7th grader Brooks Spronk down on the mat, so a 2-point takedown for Steinke, the sophomore for the Govs, who has put together a good run, 6-4 so far.
She's had a good start.
Some efforts in, I'm assuming, Rapid City, but also the Ashley, North Dakota tournament. Most of the Governors got 4 or 5 matches in that border brawl a few weeks ago. Steinke trying to get Spronk rolled over here. Just 1 minute gone by. We got 50 seconds to go, first period. Steinke setting on a 2-0 lead for now. And there's the pin. So good job by Steinke. 1 minute and 18 seconds. Now let's get a quick 30-second break in. We're back for 145 next. This is Pierre Governor Wrestling.
As a cooperative, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union is owned by their members. Once a member, always a member, even if you move out of the area. Learn about their share certificate specials at www.dakotaplainsfcu.com or stop by and visit with them on North Garfield at the Northridge Plaza. Competitive loan rates, including home loans, complete with a convenient drive-through lane. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to Harrisburg as we continue our girls-only duel tonight. Maybe the first one that's ever been put on a radio broadcast. We're glad to be a part of it. Doesn't really matter, but certainly a great opportunity to spotlight women's wrestling in the state of South Dakota. We mentioned we'd go to 145, but track wrestling has us up to 152 pounds now, and this is Abby Lewis for the Governors taking on Brianna Kelly, a junior, for the Harrisburg Tigers. Lewis gets the first takedown. Abby 15-0 on the season. And as she is to the edge over on the left side of the circle from our vantage point, still has a little room to work with. Kelly trying to stay off of her back, but actually runs out of room, does Lewis, and that saves Brianna Kelly just a little bit here, but still a 5-point move for Abby Lewis. Chance, Abby Lewis, maybe this is her year now. A runner-up last year and third place as a 7th grader a couple of years ago. But obviously, I'm sure you know a lot about Abby Lewis.
It's one of those wrestling families. I mean, we'll see. They're both doing really, really good this year. Abby's she just gets better and better. So it'd be interesting to see if this is her year.
You say they're both, of course, brother Trey Lewis. Coach Sean and Trey are at the Mid-Dakota Monster. Abigail here in Harrisburg, meanwhile, gets a 1 minute and 14-second win by fall over Brianna Kelly. So the Govs continue to put good things together here against the Tigers. And Abby Lewis, 16-0 on the season, coming off another tournament victory.
Yeah, and she's looked really good this year from what I've seen, and she should have a really good year, be another one of those people that be right there competing for a title come state tournament.
Looks like we'll move up to 285 pounds now. The Governors are open at 165. Rhiannon Heimdahl would have wrestled for Harrisburg. Emily Larson, same story for Pierre at 185. But now to 250 pounds, it's Heavenly Thompson for the Governors against Alexandra Thorson. of the Harrisburg Tigers. Thorson with the first move, but Thompson able to fight that off, and she will earn first control here in a 2-point takedown.
Yeah, most important thing is keep your base on bottom here. Try and get your foundation, build yourself up. Obviously on top we want to, back to the basics, trying to run a half, which, it's time tested, it works.
So 45 seconds into this one. And a 2-0 lead as Thompson trying to work leverage. Get that left shoulder pushed over, inflict a little bit of pain, and Thurston is getting rolled over here. Heavenly Thompson. And Heavenly has kind of come in the, I don't want to say in the shadows of Sierra McFarling, but really has had an opportunity, and McFarling not making it to the wrestling mats yet this year, and another win by fall, and the Pierre Governors will finish this duel as it turns out, and that one in a time of 1 minute and 18 seconds. So we didn't have a 145-pound match. We passed up on that one, and we knew it would go quickly tonight, but as it turns out, this duel has come to an end. Harrisburg got a win at 114 with Hadley Bryant, but the Governors in 8 other matches are victorious. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, we'll call it an 8-1 victory for the Pierre Governors. But again, the important thing is getting matches in. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service. Stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll have post-match coverage coming up as you listen to Pierre Governor Wrestling with the Harrisburg Tigers and your official voice of the Governors, KGFX, 1060 AM and 103.1 FM and drgnews.com.
Early order discounts are here, but they won't last long. Our knowledgeable agronomists at CHS River Plains can assist you in selecting the right seed and genetics for your specific operation and cash in on early order discounts. Also, we'll ask our team about building your chemical and fertility plan for the upcoming year. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today. This is Connor inviting you to cash in on the savings and start building your plan for success in the future.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
What makes our business successful? Our people. Beck Motor Company in Pierre takes great pride in our team, and we are looking to add to it. We currently have an opening for a full-time parts consultant. This individual works closely with our service departments and collision center customers, as well as walk-in customers, getting them the parts and accessories they need. Experience a plus, but we'll train the right individual. Many benefits, including health insurance. Contact Steve Meyer at 224-5912. Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Harrisburg, as girls wrestling was the only game in town here in Harrisburg. Brian Oakland along with Chance Stoser as they wrestled 9 matches. And it occurs to me, Matt Thorson sent me the weigh-in sheets, but I just didn't have a chance to look at them, so we were a little incorrect from time to time as to who was actually on the mat, but we got that taken care of. Let's give you the rundown in this one. In fact, in the first match of the night, it was Shaylee Speck, the Governor 100-pounder, who wrestled up to 107 and defeated Benazir Wilson of Harrisburg in a time of 54 seconds, the win by fall. Sydney Urig in a tough match going against Susu Camara goes the distance, 6-2, the decision victory there. And then at 114 pounds, Hadley Bryant of the Harrisburg Tigers, a win by fall over London Allen Hunsacker, 41 seconds. That was actually the quickest match of the night, but the only one that Harrisburg will win this evening. Then it also won at 114, Gemma Stanglin, a second period pin over Reagan Peacock in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. At 120 pounds, Danny Ringstmeyer, no trouble with Crystal Westall, 1 minute and 6 seconds, the win in that one. 126 was skipped. We went to 132 pounds, and Kesri Benning defeats Tegan Bowers in 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Peer over Harrisburg in that one. And also at 138, Jada Steinke, a win by fall over Brooks Spronk, a 7th grader for Harrisburg, so a minute and 18 seconds in that one. And again, they didn't wrestle 145. We thought maybe Ireland Templeton against Brianna Kelly, but it was Kelly going against Lewis, Abigail Lewis. No, Sammy Rail I had on there at 145, but Lewis and Kelly were listed at 145 pounds. That was actually the 152-pound match, and Abby Lewis gets another win by fall. Now 16-0 on the season, a minute and 14 seconds, the win in that one. Weight classes at 165 and 185 were skipped, so we went to 250 pounds. Our 9th and final match of the night was over in a minute and 18 seconds. Heavenly Thompson, the win for the Governors, now up to 10-8 on the season, defeating sophomore Alexandra Thurston for the Pierre Governors. We've got a couple of wrestlers who have made their way up to talk about this one. Chance, I may have you yield the headset for a moment, and we'll talk post-game coverage here. This is our Family Dental post-game, by the way. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. Brian Oakland here with Sydney Urig first off. And Sydney, your first match off of a finger injury, and I was a little bit questioning whether you were feeling the effects of that going against Susu Camara, who is somebody I think you've wrestled her quite a bit.
My teammate has. I haven't.
Oh,
yet,
okay. That's
so.
your first, but you've seen her quite a bit.
Yes.
So, did the finger bother you, and were you a little tentative in doing some things? It was a good match overall.
I think it hurt a little bit, but I mean, nothing you can do about it now. Kind of just pushed through the season. So
you toned it out. That's what Chance Stoser said. You got to put it out of your mind and just keep finding ways to win. But Camara's an experienced wrestler, as are you. She's been around a few years, and I'm sure you knew you had a tough one coming. But what was the biggest challenge in your match tonight?
I don't know. I mean, probably getting to more shots, which I've been working on trying to get better at that. But probably that's the main thing.
Harrisburg is a team that's starting to fill weight classes, and pretty soon, if you guys can keep filling these weight classes, we might see a lot more of these duels coming up. That's kind of exciting, isn't it?
I mean, that's what we're hoping for in the next couple of years. This is obviously a starting point, is having more girls-only duels. I know we have a quad that we've done. This will be our 3rd year doing it with Harrisburg, Canton, and Spencer, Iowa. And then the next step from there would be having state duels, which would be amazing to have. I know I won't be able to be a part of that, but
you'll probably be back coaching.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to have eventually.
But no, I love it, and we all love the road that girls and women's wrestling is on. As the team goes, you look at some of your teammates, and girls are making quick work of with lesser experience. For the most part, opponents, but what do you see out of some of your lesser experienced teammates in what they were able to accomplish tonight?
They're definitely learning and picking stuff up. Like, yeah, I get we're getting over the basics and learning those over again, but I mean, it's all about muscle memory, so that's really coming through with some of those girls that just came out like last year, like one of our seniors, and she's shown a lot of improvement over the past year, so
All right.
that's good.
And, and I think that's the way you described that, too. As an experienced wrestler, as a senior, shows your senior leadership in the wrestling room and how you guys can help out those younger wrestlers, too.
We definitely try. We have a lot of middle schoolers that came out this year, so that's awesome to see some of these younger girls. We did like a youth camp where they get to just come out to the wrestling room, meet the girls, ask any questions they want, and just get a feel for the environment in the room. And hoping to do another one. It's going to probably be after state, but after we did that, we had a bunch of girls come sign up. We have an AU girls practice where it's only girls, and they seem to really be enjoying it. So
that's how it begins. Excellent. All right, last question. You're going to Press Show tomorrow, the Mid-Dakota Monster. Pretty fun environment, kind of a small arena.
Yes.
So it's a lot of fun. A lot of people there. A lot of teams represented. What are your teams?
Yeah, we have
keys
even more
to success
teammates.
tomorrow?
We have even more teams than there were last year. So I think just trying to get pins is the main thing. Like, yeah, you don't want to exactly wrestle to not lose. You want to wrestle to win. And that's the main thing we're going for tomorrow is just get the team trophy and get as many finals matches as we can.
You're going to see some Harrisburg wrestlers will be there again. Is Canton there too?
Yes.
You get maybe your first look at some Canton wrestlers this
definitely.
year?
That'll be our first time seeing that team will be tomorrow. So
all right.
We're excited.
Well, go get them and get some bonus points, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Sydney Uhrig, senior governor wrestler here, gets a 6-2 win tonight at 107 pounds over Susu Camara. She will hand over the headset to also Danny Rinksmeyer, who is up here. Govs win 8 out of 9 matches tonight. And another winner this evening was Danny Rinksmeyer. Danny, the junior. Now, you had kind of an inexperienced wrestler as your opponent in Crystal Westall tonight, but still, doesn't matter who it is. When I talk to Coach Thorson about keys to success, it's all about just getting out there and getting after it and, and getting those quick takedowns, and then you can go from there. That's what you were able to do tonight.
Yeah.
How? Well, your mindset is basically what I'm asking. Your mindset in your approach to that match and similar matches, and basically what you've been able to do throughout the season.
Well, the best part that I'm good at is the shots and being quick on my feet. So I just have to be confident with all of that and move her around so I can get a shot. She's like tonight. She was kind of low, so I looked for a snap instead of a shot and got her down and take down either way.
The season you've had so far, and I'm looking at about a 16-2 mark. So as you've come along and the success you've had last year, obviously your goal is to improve on that this year. What your mindset here, this point of the season, you kind of have to get refocused now going toward January and certainly looking ahead to February.
Yeah. I don't know, just focusing more on how I can get better for February rather than where I'm at now, like proving.
Do you find yourself kind of going with a bread and butter moves, or are you still trying to come up with new things and try new things, developing new skills along the way?
Bread and butter moves, definitely. Yeah.
But somebody's going to figure that out, maybe, aren't they? Or the people are always looking at film and things, so.
I mean, I'll adjust to them.
Sure.
I'll learn things, but for the most part, if I know I can beat them with this move, I'll do that move.
All right. As you look ahead to the Mid-Dakota Monster tomorrow, your weight class in particular, what do you know about who you'll face and who you expect to face tomorrow, and what's it going to take to maybe rise to the top in that one?
I got a girl from Cook Central who should be pretty good, and then Thorson told me that I had a girl from Weidberg who is also pretty good, but I don't think I'll have to worry about it too much.
It's pretty neat to have those small towns that are kind of rising up and putting good teams together too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, great job, Danny Rinksmeyer. Thanks for coming up and talking to us as the Pierre Governors defeat Harrisburg tonight, 8 out of 9 matches that they scored. Danny gets a win by fall at 1 minute and 6 seconds. We'll continue. Let's take another 3-minute break. We'll try to do some business for our sponsors, and we're back with more of our Family Dental postgame. You're listening to Pierre Governor Wrestling.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology. Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
ADQ fans, crunch into a $6.99 chicken strip basket. It's got crispy all-white meat chicken strips, golden fries, mouth-watering Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce like our homemade Hidden Valley Ranch. Is there a more perfect basket? I'm going to go buy a chicken strip basket as soon as I finish with this ad read. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Wherever you are in life, you've got plans. You need health insurance for today and for the future. You need Avera Health Plans. Coverage that connects you to community resources, fitness center incentives, and health coaching. You need a health plan that provides solutions for your business and for your family. Learn more at averahealthplans.com. Avera Health Plans, moving health forward.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. When you're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at capitalcityfordtoyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Welcome back to Harrisburg, continuing our Family Dental post-game Governor Wrestling here on KGFX tonight. Brian Oakland, as we again have more to talk about. We've given you the rundown. We haven't talked about the boys of the Mid-Dakota Monsters so far. That tournament did begin today and continues into the night, and it'll certainly continue throughout the day tomorrow. The girls will join the fellas tomorrow at Lyman Gardens in Presho as well. Big tournament, and the boys tournament is being led by the Pierre Governors. There are 29 teams represented. Pierre has 142.5 points. They are 13 points ahead of Canton at 129.5. Winter is hanging in there as well. The Warriors scoring 122.5 points so far. Stanley County is in 8th place. They've got 75 points. They're off to some good things so far in that Buffalo program here this season. Quick look at the Governors individually. Gable Uhrig has gone 2-1 after a first-round bye on the day. Bodie Minder has had a good day, 4-1 on the tournament. Giles Auble is wrestling at 106 pounds. From the JV ranks, and he has gone 3-1 today. Aiden Stoser at 113 pounds, an 0-2 day today. Walker West, the 113-pounder at the varsity level, is 2-2 today. Jeremiah Wirtz also wrestling 2-2 throughout the day. Alex Odekoven, one of the top wrestlers at 120 pounds, did get beat by Tristan Troppel, a very good wrestler from McCook Central Montrose, 9-5 today. But Odekoven is 3-1. Lincoln Schoenhardt at the varsity level is 3-1 on the season. Got beat by some kid named Brozik earlier today. Maxton, he's very good from Winter. Rowdy Menning, of course, I know who Maxton Brozick is, but Caleb Brozick is here with us as well. Rowdy Menning for the Governors has gone 2-1 after a bye on the day. Lincoln Huska's getting some matches in for Pierre at 132. He's gone 2-2. Tristan Spencer, a 3-0 day for the top-ranked wrestler in South Dakota at 138 pounds. Moving up to 144, Max Hunsley has been wrestling at the varsity level, but he goes 1-2 today. Trip Schremp of Shining Butte Dupree getting a victory over Hunsley today. Brock Moser wrestling for the first time this year has gone 2-1 at 150 pounds, and Tyson Polston getting some matches off of the JV match ranks as well. Jackson Ducheneau for Pierre has gone 2-0, had a bye in the middle. Jackson Sharon getting some matches. 165, Lucas Chamberlain is 3-0 on the day. Also at 175 pounds, Trey Lewis, top ranked, has a 3-0 day going. Chance Sarda as well at 190. And E.J. Bucci 2-0 after a bye at 215. Devin Binger is wrestling the 285-pound weight class in place of the injured Emmett Anderson, and Binger has gone 0-2 today. But the Governors faring well so far in the first of 2 days at the Mid-Dakota Monster in Presho. We've got player of the game to talk about, our one last order of business, and players of the game are brought to you by Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Let's hear from them. We'll make that announcement official as we continue and conclude our broadcast here from Harrisburg on KGFX.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
Player of the game is brought to you by Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, and with the help of the two wrestlers we had up here, Sydney Urig and Danny Ringstmeyer, we have decided that a young lady who's fairly new to the wrestling room, who picked up her 7th win in 11 tries so far tonight this season, Jada Steinke, the sophomore at 138 pounds, dealing with a hand injury that she's coming off of, but looking very strong tonight. She got a win by fall over Brooks Spronk, the 7th grader from Harrisburg, 1 minute and 18 seconds. So that makes it official. When the players agree, we're all right with that. The player of the game tonight, the outstanding wrestler for the Governors, is sophomore Jada Steinke. We'll get her a T-shirt noting her accomplishments and helping her team win 8 out of 9 matches here in Harrisburg. Coming up, both of these teams go to the Mid-Dakota Monster as action starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then after that, Harrisburg has a duel with Huron on Thursday, and then they'll host their own tournament next Saturday. The Governors will duel Watertown on Friday night at Riggs High Gym, and then they'll go to Mitchell for the Jerry Otbrook Invitational on Saturday next weekend. Governor basketball coming up tomorrow here on KGFX. The Governor girls host Sioux Falls, Washington. That's a 1:30 pregame, and our colleague from KMLO-FM, Spencer Gosh, will call the action on that one. I'll be at Sioux Falls, Washington, where the boys take on the Warriors on River 92.7. Also a 1:30 start time and a 2 o'clock with the tip-off on that. The boys at Winter on Tuesday night, and then the girls hosting Lakota Tech on Thursday night with more games on the FM side, River 92.7. Before we go, I want to ask my esteemed colleague, Chance Stoser, about his daughter, Regina, who, again, was not here tonight. She's at the Olympic Training Center, and, I mean, just such big things. We really didn't get a chance to talk about Reggie tonight, Chance, but just a sophomore, but she and we talked about Peyton Hellman from Bonhomme as well. Those two are down there at Colorado Springs. What are they doing there? And just what kind of great things do they have coming up? Oh, let's unmute you. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, in the women's game, I mean, obviously everyone knows who Peyton and Regina are around here now. I mean, they had some great role models in terms of Paige Denke when she first came out and set the world on fire. Now I think she's wrestling at USF, and then you have Taylor Graben, who's
right.
I think she's number 5 in the nation right now. And
wrestling where?
She's at North Central.
From Spearfish, but
From
now
Spearfish,
okay.
yep. But just great role models, and those girls I know are just, you can talk to any of the girls around the state, and they know these girls are really looking out for them and trying to grow the sport here. They both, and then also you have, Regina's arch rival and good friend too, Brittany Reed. Those three right there last year at the Cadets ended up getting All-American status, which is absolutely tremendous. And then with that, they have the honor of going to the Olympic Training Center out in Colorado Springs, and that happened this week, 5 days with the best girls in the nation. It was pretty entertaining. The first call I got is, yep, you wouldn't believe who I ran into. And it's the two girls that beat Regina at Fargo were on the same bus with them, and actually it sounds like they're really good friends now. So they're just out there learning the sport a little bit more and having fun doing it.
And they're there because of Fargo Nationals from back in July.
Yep,
So
because of Fargo Nationals. The one thing, I keep reiterating is it's really cool in the state of South Dakota right now on the women's side is they don't just wrestle to spring, they wrestle through spring. So a lot of these girls have built relationships on some travel teams across the country, and there's a lot of them out there, and they really find joy in the sport.
You talked about the Harrisburg team going to Winnebago, Nebraska, and you'd said the state of Nebraska, maybe Iowa too, about 10 years ahead of South Dakota in getting girls wrestling sanctioned in high school. I found that hard to believe, but now that you've seen it and you look at let's not look at the elites of the Reggies and the Paytons here, but look at the other good wrestlers, and I'm going to use peer wrestlers who are doing very well this year, like Danny Rinksmeyer and Kesri Benning. Tell us where that echelon of wrestlers is in relation to what you're used to seeing maybe from the Nebraska and Iowas.
The thing the difference between like Nebraska and South Dakota right now is what Pierre's doing. They're doing it right. They have a lot of ladies in the room. Canton, they're doing it right. You're starting to see Harrisburg. They're getting ladies in the room, and it's just you have more towns in Nebraska that have done that. It's not that they're higher caliber or anything. They got the new wrestlers as many as the experienced wrestlers. But the Winnebago tournament is a phenomenal tournament. It's an all women's tournament. We've been going to now 4 years. We watched it grow from an 8-man or an 8-woman bracket to now this year there were some 32-woman brackets. And it's fun, and it's packed.
It's a great thing. So I appreciate you giving us the angle, because kind of what we're doing here and why we put this broadcast together here tonight is certainly for the growth of the sport of women's wrestling, and I would say I think exponential is a good term for that right now.
It's wonderful to see. I mean, and just because this is really, I think this will be the 4th year of the sport in our state, sanctioned in high school, and just to see across the state how vastly improved the women have become is very impressive. I mean, they're wrestlers.
All right, hey man, appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see you down the road. That's Chance Stoser, former Stanley County state champion, as he helps us out here from Harrisburg and from the Pierre standpoint. Girls wrestling, the girls-only duel. It's been here on on 1060 KGFX. Our big thanks to Caleb Brozick for running camera for Live Ticket. You can rewatch these matches on the KGFX page of drgnews.com once we sign off. And for Colby Carey running the show in studio. Once again, it's Governor Basketball, our next broadcast tomorrow, as the girls will host Sioux Falls, Washington from Riggs High Gym here on KGFX. I'll have the boys on River 92.7 at Sioux Falls, Washington. Both broadcasts starting at 1:30 with the pregame. On your way home, for those who are traveling, remember the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all that buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. Do it for your friends. Do it for your family. You've got someplace to be. So, until we meet again tomorrow for high school basketball, this has been High School Wrestling, girls only, from Harrisburg, and your official voice of Pierre Governor Athletics, 1060 KGFX and drgnews.com. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody.